Right, get the shirt that everybody is talking about right now. And all you got to do is click the top line of the description box to claim yours right now. Use code OGOD to get a percentage off only tonight. So you have to do it right now tonight. Also, we got the hip hop veteran hats as well. They're available. The link is at the top line of the description box. Use code OGOD. Do not wait. So Ice-T did a very informative interview the other day on Drink Champs on Revolt TV, and he talked about hip hop and the new generation of rappers and why LA is so daggone dangerous. I want to play the clip, right, of what he said, and then I give you my opinion. Here's Ice-T on Drink Champs talking about LA and his gangs.
Love LA, but LA's violent. And LA is a very, very fucked up place outside of the nice areas. You know, when you go to Beverly Hills, a lot of people come to LA and they go, oh yeah, I was in LA. I'm like, it was on Sunset.
Right.
LA is 40, 50 square miles of and Mexicans surrounding it. And we've had gangs, and the gangs are extremely dangerous. Right. And growing up there, just going from block to block is dangerous. I don't really around in LA. Like I survived LA, but I don't go back and hang out. Like back to the block now. You go back to prison? You went to prison, you go back to visit?
So that's just some real sound advice from an OG. Now, where I'm gonna disagree with him is I feel like you should definitely go back, but go back the right way and in the right spirit. I think too many times, and I'm not blaming like it just because somebody is flashy and wearing chains and driving a nice car. That I'm not saying that ever warrants anybody getting killed. Don't get me misconstrued what I'm getting ready to say. It's just, and we probably do it now. Like you got a nice whip, you got a gold chain, or you may have a Rolex or rings and Louis, but whatever. Like the regular person, you ain't got to be a millionaire. Just a regular person can have some nice things, and inadvertently you make yourself a target. But that's one thing. But when you're somebody who is known, like you're known, somebody from that city, like you're the biggest thing that ever came out of that city. That's not like a BMW riding down the street. That's a Rolls Royce, drop top Rolls Royce. Like, oh, who in there? Oh, okay. So it's a different element when you go back to the hood like that. And if you go back, you got to understand. I always like to make the analogy, right, and say this tantamount to, you know, I take me and you, we go, we hop, boom, we take a trip to Africa. We go to the Sahara or whatever. We in the jungle, or we go to wherever, South America. We in the jungle. They got poisonous snakes. They got lizards, alligators, whatever. Things that could kill you, things that could hurt you. I'm going into this environment. I need to be prepared going into this environment because I know what's in this environment, right? Now, when you're in different places, certain places, you ain't necessarily got to worry about that because that element, those type of people don't frequent that area. Don't mean that things can't happen on Sunset because it has. But those type of people ain't really frequenting in that area, as much as you go to another side of town. You know what I mean? Like on Crenshaw when Nipsey store was. Like you immediately, when we went there, you immediately understand what element you in. You immediately understand, like, all right, you pretty much in the middle of a ring and there's lions, tigers, and bears on the outside of that shit looking at you. And that's the analogy that Ice Cube was making about, that these different areas are surrounded by gangs. So if you moving a certain type of way through these areas, you can be food. Case in point, we had Faison Love talking about and God rest his soul, PNB Rock, right? Nothing should have happened to him, in my opinion, but you got to understand where you're going. You're going into a neighborhood, right? A downtrodden neighborhood. Things are, not like they are in other parts of California. Pulling up with a Benz, mad jewels on, Rolex, cooling. Like, somebody see that, they're going to take the opportunity. See, an opportunity for me to come up or somebody to come up on a chain, watch, a pocket full of cash. Some people feel like it's worth their life or worth your life. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, and you got to understand where you're going. So as much as it hurts anybody, when I see PNB Rock with his family going out like that, it sucks. And I hope the dude get the chair who did it, because that was some sucker, you know what. But this is the element that you go. So I'm not necessarily saying don't go back, you know. But what are you going back for? Are you going back to stun on people? Are you going back to let people know that, okay, look, I made it out? Are you going back to really, lend out a helping hand, and lending out the helping hand, making sure that you're proper equipped to do so? Because even no matter what spirit you're coming back in, you could be coming back to get 50,000 jobs to a city, and somebody still want to put a bullet in your head. You could be come back to stun on dudes, and somebody can still put a bullet in your head. That's just the element that you're going in. So you need to understand that all right, when I go here, this is how I gotta roll. I might not have to roll like this on this side of town, but when I go here, I gotta roll like this because I'm too valuable, to have my life snuffed out by somebody who just want to come up for a day. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. Ice-T is that dude. Much respect for him. I obviously don't agree with everything he says all the time, but much respect for what he did in hip hop, and obviously, in Hollywood in general. And just, just hoping that he continues to, speak up, man, and say the right thing. But this is something that the rappers, need to take heed to, especially a place like LA. It's different. It's different. And if I'm not from LA, the first thing I need to probably do is, first of all, you got to have your, see, certain people have spidey senses, right? When I went to Atlanta, when I go to Philly, certain parts of Jersey, when I went to Cali, Puerto Rico, anywhere I go, Maryland, D.C., your spidey said, like, all right, this is an area where it's like, all right, it's a little different here, so I got to move a little different here, right? I'm in Philly, I might not want to stand around all day long in one area. It's just a certain, like, all right, we know where we at. So my head is on a swivel. I'm looking around the corner. I'm watching cars that go by. I'm watching people walking up. So you got to be on your P's and Q's because you never know. Somebody could be trying to spin the block. Somebody could think you somebody else. It's kids and stuff. So you gotta be on point, man. You gotta see the people who don't have those spidey senses. I feel bad for you, right? You gotta understand, like, all right, something's not right. Let me, get armed, get ready, or get the hell out of here. So that's all I gotta say on that, man. I could probably talk for another 20 minutes on this subject, but I'm glad that Ice-T touched on it, because even if you do all of that, though, you could still be victim. But it's better to go into something prepared than not prepared. Ice-T knows, right? I know certain parts of where I'm from. If I'm gonna go there, how to go there, right? I know certain parts of Philly. If I'm gonna go there, how to go there, or just not to go there at certain times. You just gotta understand that element, man. But I appreciate y'all listening in. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Meaning hit the thumbs up button, and share the video. You can share it either on Facebook or Twitter, and leave a comment. I want to hear what you guys got to say about this. Let's do our part to get this video to at least 1,000 views. Let's get it to 1,000 likes real quick. So that means each and every person taking a second to go ahead, boom, hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate y'all. Peace.